Now that we know how to make animated scenes, let's make sure we can handle the other kind of non-static scene, scenes that respond to user interaction. For example, we want to draw a scene where Winston has babies, after his programmer phase, of course. But we also want to let that user click to give Winston more babies. Here's what that scene would look like as a standalone program. The program draws the static part of the scene here, and then in mouse clicked, it draws baby Winston images at the clicked mouse location, layering them on top of whatever was already drawn. How would we integrate that into our multi-scene program or storybook we've been working on? Well, we start by just wrapping up all the static drawing code into a scene drawing function. So there and here, variable draw scene 5 equals function and indent there. Oh, well, since we're not drawing scene 5, it won't show up, but that doesn't matter because we're about to replace all this with our old storybook program, and I will copy and paste that in real quick. Okay, there we go. Now, did we forget something? No, I have my scenes here. Oh, we forgot. We didn't change the original if statements in the mouse click function. So we have to draw our new scene whenever current scene equals 4, and then of course reset what we have so it goes back to the first scene. If current, I did that last time. Current scene equals 5. We want to draw scene 1. This should work. Yes, it does. Except, hold on, let me check something real quick. Yeah, we've got a little bit of a problem. Whenever we show up on our new scene and we click, it just covers up that last scene with the next scene. Therefore, we don't see the baby Winstons that we were supposed to see. That's a little bit of a problem, and we might need to rethink our program logic here. How do we integrate the mouse-clicked functionality? We've already defined a mouse-clicked function in our code, but we can't define it twice. In JavaScript, the last function definition wins. It overrides any previous definitions. That means that we need to find a good place to put that line for baby drawing inside our existing mouse-clicked function. Let's talk about a few options. We could put the line at the top of the function, right up here, and so we could do image get image baby Winston, put it at mouse x minus 20 and mouse y minus 20. Okay, there. Now let's see what happens. Okay, we don't see our baby Winston, probably because whenever we click, we have a scene covering up the last scene, and therefore it covers up our baby Winston whenever we click. That doesn't look like it's going to work at all. So I'm going to copy and paste and remove it. Okay, how about we could put the line inside the current scene equals 4 function if statement right here. Will that work? Right here? No, it doesn't. Nothing is changed. It's just covered up with the next scene. Again, it won't work. So this is where we realize a fatal flaw in our idea of integrating this baby clicking scene into our scenes. We're using the exact same interaction, a mouse click anywhere on the screen, to change scenes as well as to do in-scene interaction. Now we really have a conundrum on our hands, and we need to consider more radical options to integrating the scene. We could stop redrawing scene 1 at the end here and tell the user to restart the program in that case. But, that might work, but that relies on the fact that our click-controlled screen happens to be the last of them. What if we wanted an earlier click-controlled scene before the end? That solution would fail because we'd have another scene up next. For example, if this was here and we clicked, we keep drawing, but if we have more scenes after this, it wouldn't work because we'd have them covered up by the next scene. But we could use a different sort of interaction, like mouse dragged. That will work because dragging doesn't also cause a click event. We still need to check that current scene equals 5 though. So mouse dragged equals function. Hopefully this is a new function to you and that you are going to learn a little bit more about this. This kind of function could be used in drawing programs. So we paste that in here as long as the current scene equals 5. I'm kind of crazy about indenting, but there we go. Wait a second, let's restart. There we go. Oh, and I should remove this and uncomment there. Okay, now it'll all work. Oh, we have to drag. Yes, yes, it works. Although I'm a bit worried about how many babies Winston might end up with, generally this is not an optimal solution, since it means we have to limit ourselves to designing scenes that don't respond to mouse clicks. We don't want to have that constraint. There must be a better way than using mouse dragged. What if we instead differentiated mouse clicks by location instead, so that a click in one location would mean changing scenes, and clicks elsewhere could be used for in-scene interaction, like a button. In fact, that's how most multi-scene programs approach this problem, and we'll talk through that in the next video.